Yo, what's up, guys? It's Coop with Splitplaygaming, coming at you with something a little bit different today. Today, we are playing Destiny, and we're going to be talking about our impressions of the Destiny 2 beta and things that we may be a little concerned and hyped about for Destiny 2. With me, always, the great, illustrious Matthew.
What's up?
We also have Lee.
Hello, how are you?
And Shane.
How's it going?
We're going to be playing Clash in the background just to give you guys something to look at while we talk over it and do things like that. So, I guess to start it off, we'll talk about the initial campaign mission that you play in the Destiny 2 beta.
Okay.
So,
well,
any thoughts?
it's called Homecoming.
Homecoming? Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Turn.
Okay.
What would be your initial concern, Shane?
Not really with the main story, but more like your light level right now. 383, I'm disappointed.
I can maybe get it to 385 if I put in all like my best stuff, but that's it.
You
Taking a
disappointment.
shot at you.
All I heard was I'm taking a shot at static.
Yeah.
Lee, you actually
But
found
I
like a whole new
understood.
info leak on the campaign. Do you want to go over what you saw while I lose my voice?
With the 80 story missions and whatnot?
Mm-hmm.
Oh geez. I'd have to pull it up. Oh, well, there's
the
gonna be
spot.
80 new story missions. Activities, let me be clear on that. So that would be including, like, your public events that they had in the original Destiny, what you're seeing us do now. And they have the new Lost Sectors. We don't know much about them yet, but they do look promising. There's also the adventures, which are going to be like mini quests you pick up from random NPCs, and then you do a quest for them, and it takes you to a 15-minute to 20-minute side quest area that you would beat a boss at the end and get some loot. What else was there?
There was today we learned about there's going to be over 50 hours of campaign.
That's it. Sorry.
50 hours.
Yes.
It's a lot of hours. It's a lot of time.
They were saying
That's a lot of
50,
time.
yeah, sorry. Now I know what I'm talking about. They were saying 55 hours originally when they originally played. I think it's the Edge article they were talking about it, and they had a problem with people getting 55 hours in and not having enough content, or having too much content to do. So they've scaled it. They've scaled it so that you have progression through the entire thing. So when you start, and when you end, you're ending the campaign at the same time, rather ending it halfway through and progressing.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Because endgame is the big thing for Destiny.
It really is.
I got DC, by the way. I didn't like.
Oh, yeah.
Also, and just for comparison, there's how many hours are there
It'll let me
of
join.
fresh, not fresh, but of total gameplay?
They're estimating 50 plus.
Yeah.
So 50 would
That's
be
just
vague
for the
depending on
campaign.
your play type. Yeah. That's not including like it's not including like your world events that are going to happen. That's after you beat the campaign. You'll have the world quests. I'm not sure what they are, but it's endgame, so that's exciting.
Yeah.
But
It really
in
is.
comparison, how many are there in Destiny? How many hour for
comparison-
hour?
How many
much
hours?
more are we? Well, how many
I could
hours
probably
of
beat the game in 8 hours.
We maybe
Oh,
did 7
in-
hours of story mode.
So
Why is my screen
drastic
so dark?
increase.
Yeah, drastic. Story's gonna be good this time around. I've got a lot of faith in them.
They said they had too much story, that they had to kind of take some of it away because they were focusing too much on the story,
Yeah.
and they
I
just
know
had
such
too
thing
much
in my
content.
No,
Yeah,
agreed.
yeah, well, I agree. What was it? Someone just recently said from Bungie that they have, I forget how they worded it. Something about the story content. They're hoping that when people review it, they say there's too much story rather than there isn't any story. That's what they're hoping for this time around, and how much content they put into it.
Yeah.
Okay, and where are you getting all this information from? Like, is this like or is this all theory?
It's
or
articles.
Is this, like,
no, this is articles that have been coming out the past few days.
Yeah, it's
on
all confirmed.
trustworthy
Edge Magazine,
reviewers and
they
whatnot.
they got to go to Bungie and actually play Destiny 2 for like a long time,
Mhm.
and I was in and hadn't even beat the story. And they were only doing campaign, and then they went on to PvE stuff later, like strikes and nightfalls. Now they're going to be timed and stuff like that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
well, one of the estimates they said was a nightfall would be timed for 13 minutes. Like one of the nightfalls set a 13-minute limit, so you have
Yep.
13 minutes to complete, which is good. I like it. It's a challenge.
I
Makes
do
you think
too,
about
yeah.
what you're doing ahead of time and have some sort of strategy formed beforehand. Like, for instance, if they bring back the arc burns and that, you're going to want to bring your arc weapons and everything because it'll just make it. You'll just get through it quicker.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, so PvE is going to be good.
And now, is there any
I'm
word
excited
on
for it.
PvP? Anything like that? Any
Trials of the Tires.
long as it's
is
not
now
like
gonna be called
Trials.
Trials of the Nine.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Yeah, it's going to be
But-
called Trials of the Nine now.
same concept kind of thing?
We're
We're
assuming, but now
not
it's 4
sure.
player.
It is going to be 4v4.
Yeah. Everything
We
is
need
4
a
player now
foot there.
except PvE activities.
Alright, and okay. So what's some other things here? So the raids tend to be big in Destiny. Yeah. Do we have any information on raids? And maybe length of
We
them?
won't
No
get
clue.
any information for the raid until a week before. We'll get a trailer probably, and that'll be it. But they're usually very, very secret of the raids.
The
Okay.
only thing
Keep that
we
for the
know,
last minute stuff.
the only thing we know is that Luke Smith said that we are fundamentally changing the raids.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
But that can mean anything, right? I mean,
Yeah.
Well, there's
they can mean
talks
it.
of that hard mode you won't die and be permadead anymore. You might have another penalty.
that would make
Matt
it.
was saying that
like-
we could, you could have
Maybe
lives
lose-
now,
lose-
much like the new PvP type,
Yeah.
instead of just a instant death.
Or kind of
You
like
get
the
a certain amount of
high
lives.
GTA.
Yeah, you get a pool of lives. Yeah. Sorry. Go ahead and explain that.
Oh no, I'm just adding on to what you're saying. Yeah, full of lives,
Okay.
and once that's up, then you are dead. Yeah.
Okay.
I like that idea. I don't think it'd make it as stressful as it was for like a death in the raid.
Oh,
'Cause it was
man,
very
yeah,
stressful
'cause
when
you
one person
died.
died in the raid.
Yeah.
But isn't that the
Especially
whole
if you had,
idea
like, a pub
behind the
team.
raids to make it,
Heavy ammo.
if it's hard mode,
But
as
that's what the
physically
pool
hard
is.
as
That's what
possible?
the pool's for. The pool would last the entire raid, not just one section of the raid. I'm assuming.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
This
have
an
they
assumption.
said?
Heavy ammo available.
Are we assuming we're only getting one raid off the start of the game, similar to
Yeah.
how they did Destiny 1?
Yeah, I think we'll only get the one with Gull or the Red Legion raid or something like that. They're
Yeah.
calling the new
Mhm.
campaign the Red Legion campaign, so that is new. They actually have it titled. It's not just
Yeah.
a thing.
It's not just the darkness.
Mm-hmm.
So the strikes, we all played the strike. The what was it called? The inverted spire.
Yep.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
that was a really cool strike. Like it wasn't just a bullet spongy boss. Don't get me wrong. He was
No,
still
it
bullet
wasn't.
spongy, but
I thought he was
he
pretty
still
bullet,
had like
bullet
a
spongy.
strategy.
But we're not using main weapons. We're using what Bungie gave us. We're
True,
not using
yeah.
any exotics, like any powerful exotics. We're just using what they're giving us in test. So
And it was
there-
still
there
3
could be
months old.
differences.
Yeah,
It's
but the
also
remote
not
build
as bad
was
as
quite awesome.
the Cabal one when it first came out. He
Oh,
was a bullet
man,
sponge.
yeah.
The Lost Turok, that was bad. That was a
That's
bullet.
huge.
Like, it's
was
not
They
even
changed
that
Super
it,
bad.
I
nice.
think 4
Very
days on that
fond
raid, or
memories
that
of
Holy.
strike.
Holy.
That was fun, but it was very
Yeah.
hard.
And it
I
was
know
the
me and Hunter
Nightfall.
Hebner, when we did the first Nightfall, the first week, it was Sepix. It took us 8 hours to beat. Because we were just like
Oh.
hiding the whole time. Like it was so
I mean, it's
hard.
basically what you had to do that whole strike.
Yeah. It was so hard. Oh my goodness, it was so hard. But it was rewarding too. And I think we're going to
It
get that
felt
feeling back a lot in D2. We're going to get that feeling back.
So I think a major concern is that, I mean, it's already kind of played out for me, I guess, or they've kind of already confirmed it. What I mean is they're kind of going to be doing the DLC the same way. I'm worried, I mean, it does help me dissipate this fear a little bit by saying there's going to be 80 hours of campaign or 50 or whatever, but whenever D1 came out, it was I don't think it's unfair to say that game was unfinished.
No, definitely not fair.
As bare bones as it possibly could be.
Definitely not unfair to say that.
Yeah, and then maybe by the end of even Taken King, it had a lot more to it, and definitely by the end of Rise of Iron. But I'm worried that D2 is going to come out and lack a lot of what's going to be the in-game content that I feel like should be in there already. And I'm worried they're going to screw me over and make me spend, now this game is worth $180 or however much by the end of it.
I
The
don't
main
think they would
reason
dare
why I
do that
don't
again.
feel that way is because, exactly, they know that people were so mad about that. And you have to think, they're not doing these DLCs like COD does, where they throw 4 maps and then, nothing into a story. Even though it's all owned by Activision, they're trying to do their own thing. And, maybe they're not going about it the best way. But I think this time that we have like these lost sectors like Lee's talked about, which, if you don't know what those are, that's on patrol mode. And it's a secret area that you have to solve a puzzle to get to. And then
The adventures
like,
are
the
also
PvE
on patrol.
Yeah, adventures, that's going to unlock your lore and your backstory. They're going to have so much for us to do, it's going to be insane. Look at all those moats. Goodness.
Look at all them kills.
Yeah, that's work.
Do anyone?
But yeah, they're just going to have a lot for us to do in PvE.
Yeah.
Lead that
Have they said any word on DLC, like at all? I mean, it's probably way too early, but like how
They
many there
have
will
the 2
be?
announced.
The
The
two
Rasputin.
they've announced 2 like last year, or the first Destiny.
And what
Yeah,
were
plus
like, coming out?
the deluxe edition
sorry?
comes with 2 expansions included.
Yeah. It comes with the season pass, season 1. I'm
Yeah,
gonna
it
call
comes
it.
with Rasputin, and it comes with the Osiris DLC.
Yeah.
Which I'm so excited for.
Yeah, it looks like it's gonna.
I'd
further the
love to see
story
more
and-
of Trials. Well, not really Trials, but more of like Osiris and the 9.
Yeah, we're gonna be
So
learning
they've-
a lot about backstory.
From what y'all have told me, there's going to be a lot of lore or backstory built into the game. And have they said anything about how they plan to implement that? Or
Yes.
Through adventures.
Adventures, and
Okay.
when you hover over a weapon or armor, you can press a button for lore. Bife went to, I think it was at E3, and he saw when he was looking at My Name is Bife. If you guys haven't heard of him, check him out. He was looking at the weapons, and he presses L2 because they were on PlayStation, and it said lore. So apparently they're going to have the lore built into the guns and the armor this time, which they did last time, but now it's going to be
But it
in
was
the
just
game
a
for us to
script.
read. Exactly. Instead of being Grimoire cards. They're completely doing away with Grimoire cards because you couldn't
Thank God.
access them unless you went online.
Okay.
And with adventures, like Lee was saying, you're going to talk to random people in the tower, or not in the tower, or out on patrol, and you're going to learn a lot of that story through them.
Well, okay.
For instance. Go ahead.
No, you go on.
I was gonna
I
say,
was-
for instance, in one of the trailers, they show off a guardian or some sort of guardian, an NPC, that's carrying like a No Land Beyond.
Yeah.
That's something I would also like to see in the game. Like, it's if he's attached to the adventure, I would like to go through the adventure with him and other guardians. Like, that was one of my biggest things about Destiny 1. I hated the fact that, you alone could only kill the darkness. Like, you don't get an army or even a couple friends. Like, you're by yourself, and maybe I could bring Matt and Lee or Matt and Shane or whatever, but like an operation, it's just like how Call of Duty does. They send you like you alone soldier can. We have to have 5,000 people here to do whatever. I hope.
Well,
like,
I think this time you're going to be building up all the forces that have been scattered due to the attack on the tower. So you're going to rescue Ikora, Cade, Zavala. You're going to build back up that army, and I think you're going to be able to see what our army we had before they got, disbanded.
yeah,
You guys want to know what I want to know? I want to know whatever happened to this, the stranger or whatever her name was.
Yeah. They're cutting her.
They're already cutting her out of the story.
Yeah. As far as I've
Yeah.
heard, they're cutting her.
They
I
at
think
least
Luke
need
Smith
to
said
kill
that
her
her
off.
story ended the way they wanted it to.
Yeah,
I
that's
could
what
be
Luke
quoting
Smith
wrong.
said. No, you're quoting right. Luke Smith said, we wrapped up her story neatly. And everyone was outraged by that.
Neatly. Just
You didn't
Flying
wrap up her
off.
story at all.
yeah.
Exactly. All we learned was that
She
doesn't
helped
have
us,
time to
and then
explain
that's
why
it.
she doesn't even have time to explain. So. It's all good. I mean, maybe the way I've told like Lee and Shane is that D1 was a trial run. They wanted to throw a bunch
It was
of
a
stuff
beta.
at the wall, see what stuck with people. And the stuff that the people didn't understand or didn't like, they're cutting it. Like the darkness, that's no longer a thing now. They've cut that from the game completely. Whenever you die on D2, it says your light fades away instead of the darkness consumed you. There's no darkness anymore.
But they could bring that back in another DLC, right? I mean,
They
They-
could, they're
they-
just not doing it for the base game.
oh yeah. I mean,
Because Luke Smith said they don't want to touch it anymore.
Because it's too messy. What is the darkness? Where'd it come from?
It's
blah,
vague.
blah,
Yeah.
blah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
well, I think that
It's more like an
they
idea.
have screwed themselves over at that point. You can't
Oh, yeah,
create
I
an
agree.
entity like the darkness and then be like, he kind of faded away, that darkness guy or whatever. Like,
Right, yeah.
You can't create it
Kinda what
without
they're
a
doing with the
backstory
Exo
and
Stranger.
a way to beat it like permanently.
Yeah.
yeah.
Maybe
Yeah,
we'll
I
find
think
out
they'll
more
come
about the
back with
darkness
that.
later.
Yeah, I mean,
But probably
now
not
Lee-
the Exo Stranger.
Lee, you
Especially
can correct me
with,
on this,
Gary Gall. I'm sorry.
but,
Capturing the tower.
the Cabal
Or
are
the tower,
not
but
run by the darkness, correct? Is that
No.
right? That's
Yeah.
not right.
No, you're right. As
So
far as
I mean,
know.
it would make sense if we're fighting the Cabal, they're not going to touch the darkness for now. But then if we go fight the Hive again or the Vex or whoever.
But we're not just fighting the Cabal. We're fighting the Vex, the Hive, the Cabal, a new race of
Well, yeah,
enemies,
but like I
Siva
assume
again,
the raid
Taken
will be
again.
Cabal based, right? I mean,
Yeah, the raid will, but in the story mode, we're going to be fighting Siva again from Rise of Iron.
no, that they're going to need to do. I'm going to have that explained because I thought that was
Bravo
all
team.
eradicated.
Apparently,
or
what
whatever.
it is
No.
when they
We
were
just
on Earth.
destroyed the replication
complicated
chamber, which
here.
was the thing that made it. We never destroyed the actual. We haven't destroyed all of it. We just destroyed the
Right.
fallen aspect of it.
They sent
They're
us,
nanobots that do what they want.
They sent us even a different planet to try to further the civilization, and apparently it
Yeah, on the
crashed
Exodus
Nessus.
projects.
Yeah, apparently it crashed on Nessus, which is where we were for the inverted spire. And
Okay.
that's going to tie in pretty big to that. But the Taken, I don't know why the Taken are coming back. That one just kind of strikes me as weird. Unless it's
Yeah.
the Orcs
Yeah.
Sisters, which that's a whole nother thing.
Well, that would have to be its own game to itself, right? I mean,
It would
or
could be
at
its own
least its own
add-on.
DLC. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm sure they could do that again. But this time you're going after the Deep and Orcs and Sisters, Ares.
I would
Or
like
no,
that.
not
That's
Ares, Siphona.
that interests me the most out of all the, I guess, the lore they've involved. They need to tie that knot off for me.
Yep.
Aren't
I mean,
the daughters
when you look at the
technically his
lore,
sisters?
No.
No.
The daughters,
The daughters,
were
there
his
is
actual
daughters.
daughters. The sisters of Orcs are, they all have to be the worm god, and if they didn't feed the worm god, it killed them. So they had to keep taking over planets, and at one point Orcs, or Aresh at the time, turns on his sisters, and he becomes orcs.
You're falling behind.
It's like it's so convoluted. But we'll go through that definitely one day. We'll go through the Book of Sorrows because that's a fun lore story. But Cooper, to answer your question, I could definitely see him doing another Taking King add-on type thing,
I think they'll
but
have
not
to.
orcs. I mean,
No,
we've
no,
already
no,
seen
not
the new
orcs.
hive. The new hive are freaking weird looking.
When did we see them? See, y'all keep up on this much more than I do, so...
Oh yeah, the trailer when they showed off Destiny 2 the first time, they showed all the planets we're going, and one of them is like one's been taken over by the hive again or something. It's they're pretty weird looking.
Let me ask you this, or you guys, more informed. What new planets are we going to? Are there going to be a lot of new planets, or are we just getting like maybe
They're all
more?
except for Earth.
We're getting like
So
5
we're
or
not
6,
going
I
back
believe.
to Venus or Mars or anything like that?
No.
The lead.
We're going to Helios, Titan, which is Earth moon. Not Earth moon. No, what is Titan?
I think it's like Neptune or
Saturn.
Not Mercury. Saturn.
Saturn
Yeah.
moon. Okay. Yeah,
I
we're
don't
going to
know.
Helios.
One of
Titan.
those.
The place where we went for inverted spire is blank, and I just said it. Nessa.
Nessus.
Yeah.
Sorry, I want to make a correction, Matt. It's Io, Nessus, Earth, and Titan that we're going to.
Oh, okay. And then we're also going back to Earth for the European Dead Zone, which is somewhere we've
Yeah.
never been on Earth.
Okay, yeah, I'm glad we're doing that and getting away from the Russian area. Like, I mean, I don't know, I never understood why that was the only place on the entire planet where we could even go. Like, we're not even worried about...
It's because of
like,
where it also place all the space travel, like the OSHA, the whole space program. Like, it all started there with Rasputin.
Yeah, I mean, I get all that, but I don't know. It seems like they would have tried to recover, you know, some other ground.
Yeah, it would have been cool to go to, like, Africa or somewhere.
Yeah.
And who knows, maybe that's what we're doing in V2. Maybe we're linking, you know, other places so where people can survive. Like, if you hear this call, go here. But yeah, those
So,
are the planets. They look all pretty good.
I guess to wrap it up, just a final topic, given how the game's going here. So I'm probably the least fan of Destiny out of all four of us. Definitely. For you guys who are all real die-hard fans, like, what are y'all's actual... Do y'all have any actual concerns for the games? Things that might not go away you want them to go? Or anything like that?
Heavy ammo inbound.
Yeah, I guess I'll start this one off. I'm concerned they're making it too casual friendly. And the only reason I say this is because if you look at how our subclasses are now, they've really stripped them of the amount of versatility they had. They've made them more simple to use, and like if I want this but not this, if I want
There's
this
not as
name,
much
but not this name.
customization.
Exactly. Yeah, they've really stripped the customization down, and I don't know. It just feels like they're gonna make the game for people who just want to pick it up and play it for a couple of hours instead of I want to grind this out. Like they've taken away legendary weapon rolls, so every legendary is gonna have the same perks. And
Not really.
Takes out some of the grind.
No, every current the way they explained it is a better devil is a crucible cannon. So a better devil will drop with 4 perks, and the next better devil you get will have the exact same perks. So they'll all be duplicate exotic or legendaries, but they're not all gonna have the exact same perks on every weapon. Like they'll have a different variation.
Finish them.
yeah,
I
so
would
like
rather
if
them just say you
like we
can't
said.
get another one of these guns if you already have it. You can re-roll your perk.
Yeah, I'd like that too, but you know,
See,
that's,
they tried that with House of Wolves though, and the re-roll the perk, it just ended up people re-rolling the best gun in the game for a god roll. They did it with House of Wolves.
yeah. I was
Well,
fine with
leash.
God rolls, though. That was like part of the fun, trying to get those guns.
Lee, Shane, do you guys
Like-
have any concerns?
I mean, no, not really. I haven't heard that,
For efforts
like the
that,
locked logo thing, maybe, but I'd have to get more information on it and what it entails.
Yeah.
But
Well, I think this went well.
Indeed. We'll wrap it up here, I think.
Yep. Sounds good.
Split Play Gaming, and we'll catch you on the next time. Keep us in your mind whenever you're thinking about Destiny 2, and come back around that time. See you guys. Peace!
Peace.